Hey guys, it's Gameface here and welcome back to episode 91 of my Leeds United Career Mode. Now in today's episode we've actually got a really exciting episode for you. We've actually got an FA Cup game to play, followed by Arsenal, but we're also going to be finishing off the January transfer window, and we're going to be making at least 2 new signings, both of which I'm going to try and get right now. Before we get into things, if we could go hit 20 likes on this video, that'd be really appreciated. Also, if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well. That'd be absolutely fantastic. So we are going to be signing 2 new players today. I've been trying to add some new English players into the side, and I know maybe it's a little bit concerning after I signed the goalkeeper called Sa in the previous episode, who obviously isn't English, and I got rid of Butland, didn't replace him with anybody English. So I'm going to try and get in some more English players into this Leeds team. The first player I'm going to go for is John Stones on a contract expiry. We're going to try and get him in. He wants 70 grand a week. We're going to go a 5-year deal, I think. In fact, we'll go 4 just to make sure he wants to join. And we'll go crucial first team player. Now, I really want to try and get in Stones. He's obviously a young, talented English centre-back. Looks really good. He's still obviously at a decent age there as well, 24 years old. So I want to try and get him in. And that, again, I think would be a really good signing for us to make at the start of the new season. We've got Aguero coming in for those of you who don't know already. So that should be incredible. Really looking forward to the end of this season, going into the new season, because we've got loads of new players coming in. It should be quite exciting. We're also going to put in another offer for another England player. And we're going to actually this time go for Antonio. There's quite a few Antonios here actually. Let's try and find the right one. There we are, 28 years old. He's a player that I looked at previously when I was looking at left mids. We're actually going to go back to him and try and get him in on a 3-year deal. I think we'll go with 50 grand a week, 3-year deal, and he will be an important first team player. Again, he'll come into the squad at the end of the season, which I think will be quite good to just boost it a little bit when we get rid of the waste that, like we usually do at the end of the season. So I'm really excited about what's going to happen. Hopefully those two decide to accept the contract and join up with us. I don't know whether we've tried those two before or not. I might have tried Antonio on a pre-contract agreement, so apologies if that is the case. Well, let's move on to the Stoke City match in the FA Cup. It's the 4th round. We've got an interesting team for this game, actually. We've got a few debuts coming in. Sa in goal is obviously a debut. We've got Cook and Bridcut in midfield. Maddison comes in to make his debut. Phillips plays on the right-hand side of centre attacking mid. And Afobe, I also think, makes his debut in this game up front. So, a lot of new players coming in here. Let's see what sort of performance we get from them. And let's try and get a win against Stoke City so we can get into the next round. Really positive start there by getting those 2 players, hopefully getting those players coming in. But I think we're looking good at the moment. Payet is at Stoke City as well. Bit of a strange run. That is the case though. Let's find out how we get on against Stoke City. And we've got Kingsley Coman playing as well. Come on, let's have a good performance. We've got obviously a heavily changed team. Afobe up front, not trying him out yet, I don't think, in game. So, curious to see how he gets on. Should be a good signing for us, I think. But again, it really does depend. We have had some poor signings that have looked good on paper. Afobe is certainly one of those that does look good on paper. So, we'll see how he gets on in this game. No way, 1-0. I think that's taken a deflection. It's come off one of the players' legs, and it's Payet that scored that one off the post in. I think that's taken a huge deflection. I could be wrong though. It looks like it. Let's see from this angle what's happened. Does take a deflection. It puts it past Jose Sa, and it's 1-0. We're only 10 minutes in here. Not a great start. They have started on the front foot here, Stoke City, and there's not a lot we could have done about it. Well, they're all over us here. I mean, it's absolute annihilation by Stoke at the moment. We can't win back the ball. We can't hold on to the ball for 2 minutes. And they just keep winning it back, keep on attacking. It's only a matter of time before it's 2-0. So frustrating when you have these sort of games. Let's try and turn this one into a bit more of a positive match. We just need to have a chance. We've not really had a shot yet. And that's just because we just lack players going forward. I've got a chance here. Is it going to fall for Bridcut? He's going to go for it. And that is punched away. Well, we're playing with 10 men because someone's off the pitch at the moment, so that's not helping us out either. I think it's Afobe from the players that I can't see on the pitch. Looks like it might be. Calvin Phillips going to look for Maddison. He's had a shot, and it's not a bad one, you know. That's a penalty. Okay. We'll take it, but don't know what's happened. I think that's Wilson that's brought him down. Maddison takes the shot. That's not a penalty, but we'll take it. Maybe we'll give that one to Maddison since he won it for us. Seems to be doing quite well for us, actually, Maddison. He'll obviously improve himself even better if he scores the penalty, which he does. 1-1, back in this game from nowhere. Real big piece of luck there, which we needed. We're now on level terms, 1-1. Maddison looked quite good, actually, since joining for us. Only got him on the cheap as well, so very happy with that signing so far. And he scores his first goal on his debut. Benicophobe, though, not looking too good. Don't know if we'll be able to continue. And as of the first half, still drawing the game 1-1. We are going to make a change. Phobe will be quitting off. He's actually done okay for us, holding up the ball, but he's just been injured a lot of the time. He doesn't seem to be fully fit and fully recovered from that. So we're going to bring on Silva. Hopefully he'll change the game for us a little bit as well. We're also going to take off Lewis Cook, who's looked a bit off the pace, to be honest, in midfield. Not looks good enough quality, which is a bit of a surprise because he has done a decent job for us in midfield alongside Bridcut in the past, but just really didn't seem to be cutting in that first half. Madsen going to have a shot, and what a shot that was. Had to be saved by David Marshall out for a corner. Maddison with a hell of a strike. Kingsley Coman going to put in the ball, and I think that's just about headed / punched away from the keeper. Yedlin trying to recover it, and can he keep this one in? He has done, and giving it straight to them. Maddison going to look for Calvin Phillips. It's a brilliant pass. Calvin Phillips going to look to go across to Silva, who's kept it out, and Silva scored. 2-1. I thought the goalkeeper had just about done enough, but it didn't. He pushed it straight into the path of Silva, who just taps it past the goalkeeper. Eventually it goes in, and we obviously need the goal decision system there to just qualify that one, but it was obvious that it had gone in, to be honest, miles past the line, and it's 2-1. The substitute scores after being on for, well, less than 10 minutes. No way. How do they manage to do that? It's straight from kick-off. I mean, this game is so scripted, it's unbelievable. How's that looped in? Oh, just to make it worse, it's Walters as well. Oh, my days. Everything about him just says that he's not a footballer at all, yet he still scores goals somehow. Ramirez going to look for Calvin Phillips, who's doing well actually on the right-hand side. Cuts in now. Can he have a shot on his right foot? He has done. Another good save from the goalkeeper. Maddison going to look for Calvin Phillips. It's not a great pass. Still finds him, and let's just move on to making the final sub after that awful strike. Let's bring on Mane, use some more pace and an attacking threat. There's only 12 minutes left, so not too much longer to try and get a third goal. That's it, 2-2. Not a great result for us. But we've advanced, and that means I think we'll go into a replay for that one, if I'm right. I'm pretty sure that is the case. That won't be our second leg. We've got a replay basically in the FA Cup now against Stoke. Not good, because that means we've got obviously an extra fixture on the calendar. And let's move on to this. Mikel Antonio's declined it. He's not interested in relocating from West Ham to Leeds. It's not a big relocation. I know it's one end of the country to another, but it's not like we're moving countries here. So we will go with, I think, 55,000, if that's going to really convince him too much. Still going Paul's a first-team player, though. Player injured, that's Benicophobe out for 3 weeks with a sprained ankle. Great. Marsden's not happy with his role at the club as well. Bid in for Iheanacho, 24 million from Wolfsburg. We are just going to go ahead and reject that one. And we've also got some more emails to look at. We have got Delphini accepting, Cal Brown also accepting the offer to join the senior squad. We'll take a look at those players now, I think, and see what they are like. We've got Brown and Feeney, both goalkeepers. Both are supposed to be quite highly rated, so we'll have to wait and see how they get on with us. We'll try and train them up, obviously, as the weeks go by. Now we need to take a look at the John Stones deal, which I'm not too sure what's happening with that one, to be honest, because they've not got back to us. We've sent an offer in, supposedly, for Stones, even though it's not saying we have. So, what has happened here? John Stones. Okay, well, let's try and find out what's happening with this Stones deal. Okay, we'll send in another offer. We'll go 80 grand a week this time. Don't know what happened, but basically it said I'd not sent an offer to him. Mikel Antonio finally accepts. He's happy to relocate now, isn't he, with the extra 5 grand a week in his pocket. He joins us next season. We've got a player sold, and that is Filiganati has been sold 70 grand a week, added onto our budget, which is great news for us. And let's continue to sim through transfer deadline day now, with the top deal being the Butland one, 26 million to Leicester. Transfer offer in for Andre Silva, Not interested in getting rid of him just yet. He's been doing quite well for us, Silva, recently. He's been getting quite a few goals, which is great news because we paid so much to try and bring him in. So it's good to see that finally it's now paying off a little bit. Bidding for Vardy from Charlton, 700 grand. That seems so little, but he's 32 years old. We're going to ask for 800 grand, which is still under his value, but he is transfer listed, and we do need to try and get rid of him. They don't believe he's worth that much. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. The downfall of Jamie Vardy. Bidding for Rossetti, 5 million for our young goalkeeper. We're actually going to reject this one. We're going to reject all offers for him. I'm going to try and keep him at the club because we're going to try and train him up. He looks like our only hope of a decent goalkeeper, to be honest, coming through the youth academy. We've obviously got those ones that we recently promoted, but they'll take a considerable time to get up to the same sort of Rossetti level. And let's see how we get on now with just 3 hours left. And that is it for transfer deadline day. It is now over. All the deals have been done, and that is it until the end of the season. So let's have a look at some more emails. We've also got the youth squad monthly reports, and there was 93 million spent, or just over, during that transfer window. Capella's saying thanks, boss. Let's have a look at the scout report, see whether there's any good standout players. First of all, we will release that player. We'll also release the English guy, another Italian. Wow, there's some really poor players at the moment, isn't there? I thought we had a much better youth squad than this. We're not actually going to have a youth squad left at this rate. I think, again, we'll get rid of this potential. Nothing too exciting. Maybe just Kingsley now left in the youth academy. We're now going to set up the youth academy yet again. These 3 scouts, I've just brought in Scott Barnes. He's going to go to England and try and get some good young English talent for 9 months. We're also going to set up Lewis Forrest, who's hopefully going to again bring us some decent talent. This time, obviously, he's not going to go to England. We are going to, I think, try somewhere like Italy, I think we'll go with. I know it's not in his region, but we're going to go with it. Finland, this guy's from. Anywhere that we can go. I think we'll go for somewhere like Scotland. See what Scotland have to offer. Again, all those 9 months, all of which we'll get some sort of report back on the 1st of every month. So that's something to look forward to. Hopefully we'll get some decent players. They will come back towards the end of this calendar year. But now we've got the Arsenal game coming up, and we need to change around the team ready for that match. But first I've been scouting some other players, one of which is Jake Keane, an English goalkeeper. Decided to scout him. I did that off camera before I started this episode, just to see what he was like. He's actually 80 overall, so he might be one that we go for as a replacement for Sat. I know I'm looking at a replacement for him already, but ideally I was after an English keeper. I couldn't find one at the time, but this guy might be the right guy to take over. I've also got Will Buckley that I was scouting just because his stats looked really good, and he's actually 80 overall. He's gone up a lot recently. I'm also looking at other players like Matthew Grimes, who's obviously signed for Leeds, real life on loan, and some other younger English players as well. And this is the team that I'm going to be playing with for the Arsenal game. Saz starts in goal yet again. Concolo and Smith, 2 left-footed centre-backs, play alongside each other. Nelson at right-back, Galloway at left-back with Ramirez and Eric Dyer in front of them. Entep as the left attacking mid, Mane as the right attacking mid, Kevin Phillips in the middle, and Iheanacho up front. That leaves us with a very strong looking bench there. Silva, Yaya Toure, Maddison, Bridcut, just to name a few. Let's see how we get on. Hopefully beat Arsenal in this league game and try and get 3 points to progress ourselves further up the league table. As you can see, it is fairly tight between us and Man United, with Man City having a 5-point gap in front of us. Let's try and win the match. Hopefully we can do that to put the pressure on Man United. Here we go, a tough game at home this one, but we should really have enough quality to try and get ourselves some sort of result. We do have the best defensive team in the league, Arsenal 5th in that rankings as well. So we do need to try and get ourselves some goals though. That is the main issue we've had recently, because conceding 12 goals isn't too bad this season, considering we've played quite a few games. So let's find out how we get on, try and get off to a good start, not concede early, that's the aim. Okay, and that is absolutely horrific defending yet again. Try not to concede early. What have we done? I mean, how do you miss this? How do you not get to it? I've got no idea how you've managed to do that, Concolo. I mean, he's favourite for that every day of the week. And that is just terrible. Absolutely terrible. Oh, thank God we've got some new players coming in next season. Wow. Wow. How could this get any worse? I mean, he just does that out of nowhere. Ugh. Painful. Painful to watch. Yes, come on, Mane. Yes, through to Iheanacho. That's a good pass. Kieran Gibbs surely can't keep up to Iheanacho, but of course he has done. Iheanacho trying to play through to Calvin Phillips. Again, lacking some support, but Ramirez is there. Ramirez straight at the goalkeeper. Typical. Iheanacho, goal! 2-1, get in. We'll take that. Iheanacho, fantastic finish. That's more like it. I think that's our first shot on target there. But he's absolutely buried that one away. Eric Dyer keeps the move alive. Fantastic little bit of football. And a great shift onto his left foot. 2-1, fantastic finish. Iheanacho through to Mane this time. Putting them under pressure now, finally. Got a feeling the centre-backs are going to catch up to him quite easily here, though. He's still going, Mane. Wow, 2-2. What a comeback this has been. Straight from kick-off. 2 goals in 5 minutes. As easy as that. And 2-2, just 26 minutes in. This is an unbelievable game. Fantastic run here from Mane. Thought he was actually going to get tackled here, but he doesn't. And what a strike on his left foot. 2-2. What a game this is. Galloway into Ramirez. Now going to look for Calvin Phillips, who's going to play it to Eric Dyer accidentally. Dyer to shoot, and it's a good save from Czech. No way. Welbeck. Can we end this half already? They just look like scoring. It's so strange. 61% possession. Oh, God. And it's 2-2 somehow. And we've actually played really well for about 10 minutes. And that will be a free kick. Again, the ref just blows his whistle for anything. This game needs seriously sorting out. It's terrible to play sometimes. That is it. Half-time, 2-2. We might have to make some changes because it's clearly not working in defence. I mean, they're all over the place. I mean, they're a load of idiots, basically, at the back. Kongolo's going to come off. He's been terrible. Smith's really lucky to be on the pitch, to be honest, because he just looks awful as well at the back. So we're going to, I'm tempted to put Eric Dyer at the back alongside Capella, but he's so crucial in midfield, so it's a little bit risky, but I'm going to do it. Smith is going to drop out, and I'll put Bridcut into the midfield. And then I think I might bring on Silva. I think he looks a little bit better than Iheanacho at the moment. So we're going to bring on Silva for 45 minutes and try and get ourselves some goals. We can't do anything against Arsenal. We're barely touching the ball. Sanchez is through. The keeper's terrible. And they've missed another chance. Oh my days. We're going to have to just go counter-attacking because we can't deal with it at all at the moment. Partly due to the fact that this game is terribly unrealistic, but we just have to go with it 2-2 at the moment, and we can't win back the ball at all every time. I mean, why give it there? No. Oh my days. Oh, I don't know what's worse, the goalkeeper and general defending, or Arsenal's finishing. Calvin Phillips on the counter-attack with Silva. I'd rip your arm off for a draw here, so if we could get a winner, that'd be fantastic. Silva! Oh, check with the save. Ramirez can't quite follow it up, although I was saying that he has done quite well to win it back. Can he put in a good ball? Of course he can't. Right, okay, 2-2. It's finally finished. If you didn't see many clips from that game, then it's purely because there's so many times where we were dreadful that I've tried to condense them down into as few clips as possible, just so it's not as painful for you to watch. It has finished 2-2. No idea how we've got a draw from that. I mean, they quite literally smashed us. But this is what annoys me about world class. Let me know in the comments if you have the same problem. I can beat Portugal 6-1 with England in a game, and then I can go to playing like this, where I probably should have lost 6 or 7-2. And I don't know how that happens on world class. No idea. I implement the same tactics for England as I do on the Leeds Career Mode, and yet you can have two so completely different matches. It makes no sense whatsoever. Let me know in the comments if you have that sort of issue as well whilst playing Career Mode. And that is pretty much it for the episode. We'll take a look at the emails, do some play drills if we can, but I'm not too sure that we will be able to. In fact, we can this week, and no emails particularly to look at. Player development, we've got Stoke in the replay afterwards, which isn't ideal. We'll do some player development drills now, though. Let's see, anybody going up? No, just the one attribute going up for Nelson there. Very slow progress on most of these players recently. I don't know why that is. And yeah, we've got the Stoke City game coming up. That is it for this episode. Thank you all for watching. If we could go hit 20 likes on this video, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Also, if you haven't already, then please go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well. And I will see you guys tomorrow for a England Career Mode episode, and the day after for a Leeds Career Mode episode. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time, and goodbye.